All right, so many ideas and thoughts and things I want to share, but we must go one at a time. I have about 10 minutes before I leave for my appointment. I want to talk about the money world, but I feel like I want to talk more about the, how should I say, the seen world versus the unseen world, right? It dawned on me yesterday how we grew up in this reality, this alternate reality where we just are doing everything in terms of what we see, right? Or in terms of what our senses are. So, as some people know or not, the way that the ego self find its truth and its reality and its reasoning is through the senses, right? So, the sense, the sight, touch, the taste, and finally the hearing, and others want to say there's a sixth sense, which is the umamu, but I believe that it's the intuition sense that is the most important one, which is the unseen. So growing up since our birth, we are doing everything that is touching our senses, right? So you wonder why we're so much in our ego self and so much in our ego body if all of that we've known growing up is from an ego place, is from a place where we're just giving so much importance into the senses. Think about it. When we go to school, we look at things that we see, we touch the books, we're hearing the teacher speak, we're looking and reading, right? Think about it when you become more tech savvy, or when you growing into your business, or when you want to become more successful in terms of financially speaking, or you know um, going up in the scales of the jobs you're having. Your job every day is about seeing, listening, hearing, talking, which is touching the lips, everything. It's all the senses. We are all into the seen world, and we haven't been taught into touching or understanding the unseen, what we don't necessarily see or with our bare eyes. Look at the science nowadays. Science is all about what we see, what we can possibly comprehend as an ego self, what we can actually touch and do experiments and trying out things. Look at the entertaining world, the movies, the romance books, theaters, theater performances, concerts, music. We are being blasted, guys, with constant noise on the scene world. We're watching TV reality, TV shows, movies. It's just imprinting images of what we can possibly see. And what is the movies about? It's about the scene world. It's about, you see action scenes, you see people kissing, having sex, we see, emotions flowing down in their faces. It's all about seeing. It's about the scene worlds. And when you read, you read something, right? But it's still often the storylines and the plots of the books helps you have an imagination, right? So there's a lot of fantastic world, right? Things that they claim to not be real, but at some point, right, what is real and when it's not. I mean, the more you know, the more you don't know. Trust me, guys. But a lot of fantastic worlds about with beasts, with the aliens, with, I don't know, vampires and all these things, whatever makes you believe that it's not true, but you just imagine it. But even in those fantastic worlds, there's concepts that is humanized, right? Even when they put up, supernatural stories, like the movies, the series. I love watching that Supernatural, and the other movies where the spirits involved or demons or whatever, they're still humanizing it, right? There's a woman and there's a man, there's romance. In the vampire still, there's the romance movie, we're finding their other half. There's a lot of, like, they humanize everything. And when I say humanize, I'm talking about the ego place, right? So we put it in a way that our senses will make an understanding of it, right? Science, the way we're taught, the entertaining world, the way we work, the way we interact, it's all about the senses. And then when you want to get to take care of yourself, what is proved forward and what is encouraged? Let's go see your doctor. What does a doctor do? It's going to look at symptoms, which is not even scientifically backed up, because symptoms is just a sign that you're having something, but it's not really a proof and scientific well, because your symptom is what you feel at this point, right? Because you say, I feel tense in this place, I feel I have a headache. It's not even seen, so they don't even being taught how to take it seriously or not towards symptoms. So the doctors, they look, they hear, and they go about the papers of what makes sense, right? They tell you to go get a physical trainer, or go physiotherapist, or go do that or do that. It's all about your muscle, what we see. What is right now putting forward that people invest hundreds of millions in order to be accepted and well seen in the society is being well shaped, having beautiful muscles, bulkiness, eating healthy. Why do you want to eat healthy? Because you want to look good, right? What else? We're paying people to help us have operation, how do you spell that? To change your nose, your mouth, have bigger upper lid, Botoxes, bigger boobs, bigger butt, a tinier waist. Why do we want to do all of that? Because it's all about physicality. It's all about the seen world. We feel more valued when we're accepted physically. We feel more valued when what we see, hear, understand with our five senses is what it is. It's the most valuable thing that people seek. What do they want when they become millionaires? What people seek, a big mansion. I'm taking generalities here, guys. It's just to prove a point, obviously. Big mansions, big cars. What is the nowadays people having influencers, social influencers? It's all about the show, making people laugh, making people look at it. What are the coaches or the people who we helped with? It's people do give value a lot with physical coaches, trainers, with the people helping them heal physically with the muscles, physiotherapists, doctors, everything that people comprehend in their five senses. So it just blows my mind, because whereas all of this is being giving forth and giving a lot of importance, where it is about intuition, where it is about a connectiveness, where it is about understanding what we don't see, where it is about the unseen world. Because the seen world is so small, guys. It's like the tip of the iceberg. And the unseen is where lies the truth, is where lies the infinite possibilities, is where lies the possibility of manifesting miracles, where lies the faith, the strength, the hope, what pushes you to go further, the miracles that we hear, the people who has gone walking and running miles and miles, or sprinting, or other people surviving into things, because it wasn't about anything that was logical about the body faculties and possibilities. It was all in our mind, in our spirit, in our soul, right? So it's time, and that's when we talk about the new world. It's time to shift our perspective. It's time to see what the possibilities lies in the unseen world. And of course, guys, be very careful, because there's still confusion in this world, and there's still people who's going to tempt you and steer you in the wrong path. But there's no such things as wrong and good, and there's no such thing as black and white. There's no such thing as bad and good, because once you understand the possibilities and the truthness and the alignment with all creation, there's only truth and not truth. There's only light and the absence of light, right? And I know it can be hard for many people to comprehend those things because we're so used and been programmed to only limit ourselves to what we see, hear, speak, touch, and anything that's above it cannot be true. Anything that's above it cannot be the reality. But I'm seeing the people rising to the occasion. I'm seeing the people understanding that it's all about energy. But energy is not something we can touch, but it's real. It's more real than anything, right? That's how your frequencies get high. That's how we connect with people. That's how we have a deja vu. That's how we vibe with people and not vibe with others. It's all about energy, things that is unseen. So let me ask you this. Are we teaching our future generations, and even the people, the future, the one that is growing into the biggest generation, that which is the working class or whatever, are we teaching them to understand, comprehend, or being curious about the unseen world? Are we giving value to this unseen world? Right? Because right now, the people in the lowest consciousness are seeking things that are material, are seeking things that they can see and understand, are paying for things that allow them to have physicality, to be approved physically, to be more shaped, to be more healthy, to be looking better, to have cream for our skin, to be really, flawless. But time is fleeting, right? We talked about time, how it was illusion, but time is fleeting. And when time is going to make you feel that your physical is not accepted anymore, what's going to have left? When death is going to be at your door, which is, then we're going to talk about that, how it's an illusion as well, but when the physical death of your body is going to come close and near, what are you going to have left? It's going to be your spirit. It's going to be your soul. It's going to be the unseen world. That's the infinite possibility that's going to give you salvation and comfort at those moments. So let us remind people that stop putting so much effort and energy in those things that's going to only bring something that's going to be seen, but it's not going to bring you salvation and infinity. And we're talking when we don't die. I'm forgetting about the world. When people just never die, forgot about this world. But it's not where people should focus on, right? I know it's hard to grasp what is a coach. What is a life coach? What is a connective coach? What is an intuitive coach? I don't even like the word coach. Ugh. I like, for me, because I think that everybody keeps learning and everybody can know better than other people, but we can guide others, right? From where we're coming from, we can share experience and inspire others, right? But that's where we should be putting our energy and investing on the unseen world, understanding it better, going at your own pace, obviously, going at your own, where you're coming from and where is it that you're more comfortable with. But at the end of the day, the real world, the reality, the new world that's coming closer is the unseen, to our bare mind, to our bare eyes, to our ego self. We put so much money and time into proving our worth in the seen world, but this is not where we should be putting our time and energy. Anyway, I could go on and on, but I think I'm going to keep repeating myself. But this is it for today, guys. So think quite carefully and rethink and become aware of what are the possibilities of the unseen world.